For US fans looking forward to the premiere of Heartland Season 18 after almost a year of counting down, there's finally good news and sadly bad news. The good news is that the season has wrapped filming, which was announced about a month ago. However, TV Insider reports that new episodes have already debuted in Canada, but not in the US. The new installment premiered on Canada's CBC TV on October 6, but there have been zero updates on when viewers outside of Canada will get to see it. In episode 5, the whole family heads to the Hudson Rodeo. Emotions run high at the barn dance after Amy helps Nathan deal with a family emergency. The episode opens with Lou and Jack observing their new herd of bison as they graze on Heartland land. It was sad to watch them finally make that leap after all the detours they had to take to get here. Although it was a daring move, Jack, Lou, and Tim were resolved to make this endeavor their big comeback story, so it meant more than just a fresh business chance. Heartland beef will undoubtedly face more difficulties than just covering the cost of the herd and obtaining all the necessary supplies. However, I have complete faith in Jack, Tim, and Lou to overcome them and turn this new endeavor into the new beginning they require to revive their firm and reshape the ranching legacy of the family. Let's now discuss all of the tales from this episode that were linked by a common theme, the Hudson Rodeo, which caused our protagonists to experience a wide range of emotions. We'll start with Amy and Nathan's continually developing relationship, which in this episode took a little love triangle turn. Their friendship has been closer than ever since Nathan told Amy the truth about his father in the previous episode. And the plot of this episode simply confirmed that. Nathan proposed that he and Amy take part in a team roping competition early in the episode after Amy demonstrated her rope abilities and Nathan was observed training. Given the underlying animosity between their families, Amy's first hesitation was understandable. Amy finally consented when Nathan urged her not to allow other people's viewpoints prevent her from pursuing her goals. As a result, they enjoyed practicing their roping skills. Caleb, though, wasn't really thrilled with Amy's companion selection. Amy and Nathan were practicing together when Caleb came at Heartland, and it was clear that he didn't feel comfortable in that setting. He obviously didn't show it, but some others did see that Caleb had feelings for Amy, unlike Amy, who hasn't noticed that he still feels much more than just friendship. Nathan was one of them. He came over to ask Amy about Caleb and their relationship when the family was enjoying their large pre-rodeo dinner. Nathan was reassured by Amy that they were merely friends. Nathan asked Amy if she was certain Caleb felt the same way, and Amy said that they were back to being just good friends after Caleb expressed a desire to be more than just friends over the previous season. Lou then became aware of Caleb's situation as well. She noticed how Caleb was seeing Amy with Nathan and said that if he wanted to be more than simply a friend to her, he should try to change Amy's perception of him. In an attempt to show Amy a different side of himself, Caleb decided to compete in the rodeo's saddle bronc event without any prior training. Fortunately for Caleb, who subsequently acknowledged it, Amy requested him to assist Nathan's father, so he was spared from competing. Nathan received a heartbreaking call just before Amy, and he was supposed to take turns in the team roping event. His father, who was battling Alzheimer's, had vanished along with his truck. Amy offered right away to go with Nathan to look for his father, and they were terrified when they spotted his truck in a ditch by the side of the road. After crashing his truck, Nathan Sr. wandered off into the woods and was finally found safe but confused. But Nathan had a panic attack because the stress of his father going gone and their initial inability to locate him was too much for him. Thankfully, Nathan had Amy to support him and help him relax. After some time, Amy asked Caleb to come to the scene and assist Nathan in getting his dad's truck out of the ditch, while Amy sat in Nathan Sr.'s truck. Since Amy got the opportunity to witness Nathan's vulnerable side once more and provide support at a highly charged moment, their relationship only grew stronger as a result of his brief collapse. And after Caleb worried that Nathan Sr. had suffered a concussion, Nathan had to reluctantly tell him about his father's Alzheimer's, but it also allowed Nathan to learn more about Caleb and realize what a wonderful friend he was to Amy. When Caleb finally wanted to talk to Amy about something at the barn dance that night, a woman from Caleb's rodeo gaze came up to them and Amy insisted that Caleb dance with her. Caleb watched from a distance as Nathan arrived and took Amy for a spin on the dance floor. Nathan and Amy appeared to be closer than ever by the end of the episode, openly enjoying each other's company and their developing romance. Caleb told Amy that he was leaving because he was flying a new supply run that did not include Hudson, seemingly realizing that it was too late for them to be together. I suspect that instead of telling Amy the terrible news about his new supply run before the woman interrupted, Caleb chose to cut himself off from her life by lying about being assigned to a new supply run because it was so hard to witness Amy and Nathan happy together. However, only time will tell if I'm correct. How did you feel about Amy finding herself in the middle of Nathan and Caleb? Amy didn't appear to comprehend that both men were in love with her, so I'm sure she wouldn't perceive it that way. The authors obviously built up a love triangle here, but we'll have to wait and see if Caleb's sudden departure from Amy's life will continue or if he'll return and try to win her back before her connection with Nathan deepens. Logan was the only member of the Heartland extended family to compete at the rodeo, as Amy, Nathan, and Caleb did not. Logan has wavered between wanting to try cult-beginning competitions and doubting his ability to do it ever since Tim recommended it in episode 1802. It was thrilling to watch Logan compete in his first tournament in this episode. But because he was teamed with a cult named Houston, named for all the tornadoes they had there, his first competition was really a trial by fire. Logan's high standards for himself and the fierce competition also didn't help. Amy gave Logan advice to take it slow and stick to groundwork in an effort to assist him as much as possible. Thankfully, he heeded Amy's counsel and, albeit moving more slowly than his rivals, gradually gained Houston's trust instead of hurrying the process, and his strategy was a great success. After establishing a strong rapport with the horse, Logan showed mastery by ensuring the colt obeyed all of his instructions as they completed the arena obstacle course. Logan even made the audacious decision to finish his run with a dash of showmanship by rising up in the saddle while wearing a blindfold. This bold gesture was reminiscent of Amy's competition days when he finished in second place. Logan's displeasure at not winning was evident despite his strong second-place finish in his maiden colt starting competition. Furthermore, Miley's support was insufficient to lessen the impact. After Logan placed second out of 12, Miley was a little confused by his sour attitude, especially after he said that he wanted to win to show her that he truly had a future. However, it only demonstrated to us that Logan continues to struggle with self-worth, a subject that has emerged throughout this season. In Heartland Season 18, Episode 5, Jack and Tim were in the rodeo announcer's booth as part of a funny storyline. What caused that? Rodeo announcer Gene Luckman thought it would be nice to have a little commentary from a rodeo legend during the Hudson Rodeo. So at the beginning of the episode, Gene called Jack and asked him to assist in the booth. But Gene lost his voice due to laryngitis on the day of the rodeo, leaving Jack to provide the commentary by himself. Additionally, Jack's deadpan approach didn't exactly excite the audience, demonstrating his lack of expertise in the booth. Jack requested Tim for assistance after learning of Gene's condition, but Tim declined because he was a little miffed that Gene had asked Jack to join him in the booth rather than Tim. However, Tim made the decision to swallow his pride and go save Jack from more humiliation after witnessing Jack stumble and the audience not enjoying his commentary. As presenters, the two of them were a perfect match thanks to their lighthearted repartee and amusing banter. The audience adored them. The audience was captivated, and the rodeo was kept lively by their unusual dynamic and banter. It brought some very amazing hilarity to the performance, demonstrating once more the amazing comedic combination of Tim and Jack. Katie's quest for independence was at the center of the episode's climactic plot. After Jasmine, the creative writing instructor, encouraged Katie to share a poignant personal story about becoming an adult, we watched Katie struggle a little in the writing class at the start of the episode. As the next assignment, Jasmine requested the class to write a short tale on a memorable coming-of-age moment. This made Katie consider growing up and becoming an adult, which was a big deal for her because she was acting like she was older than 18 in the writing class. After that, Katie was embarrassed when Lou introduced herself to Jasmine at the rodeo and revealed that she's a published author herself. She even offered to give Jasmine a copy of her book, Mom's the Word. Jasmine's suggestion that Lou attend one of their after-class gatherings just made it worse. Katie, who felt overshadowed and irritated by Lou's interference, made it clear that writing class was her place to pursue her interests independently of Lou. Additionally, Katie told Lou that she objected to Lou notifying Jasmine about her mom book since, in Katie's opinion, Jasmine is a real writer, whereas Lou produced a random collection of online musings. In an attempt to disassociate herself from Katie's situation, Lou talked to Jasmine and made excuses for why she couldn't attend the writing classes get-together anytime soon after Katie left the rodeo early. Fortunately, the mother and daughter had a conversation at the end of the episode, and Katie acknowledged that she hasn't been feeling like herself lately because she feels divided between childhood and adulthood. She also thanked Lou for stepping aside. Lou and Katie grew closer as a result of this touching event. Hopefully, Lou's support will also make Katie's transition to early adulthood a little easier now that she has a better understanding of what's happening with Katie.